16,333 days to the total lunar eclipse of working 9 to 5. Babylon working. It's also 2,333 weeks. So you get your 333 weeks and 333 days. 9 to 5, November 5th. What is November? Excuse me. September 5th. Uh, and if you run everything to September 5th, mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. If you run everything to September 5th, think about that for a second. What is remember the 5th of November? And when Marty knocked down the Twin Pines on November 5th. November is the ninth month before Julius Augustus bumped it up to. That's 9/5, isn't it? In Revelation 11:7, the beast rising from the pit, 11:7, November 7th, he's really going to spiritually rise on September 7th, or 77 Sunset Strip TV show. Do I already have a playlist for this date? September 7th, theory of event, September 7th, part one. So it going down on September 7th? No, no. August 7th, August 3rd, September 7th. I don't have September 5th playlist. So this will begin the new playlist and him rising up through that full moon. Let's get on with it. I've got a few things brought up already. Football season? Guess who plays that day? Well, the September 4th game is Cowboys Eagles. This is week 1 of the NFL, by the way. And isn't that, so there's our Sunday games. By the way, this takes place on a Friday. Okay. Which is very typical that we would think that's when they would do it because Jesus died on a Friday. So as to mimic, hang on just a quick second. Let me load the Bible study. But you get into the Steelers Jets, that's the Dark Knight Rises football team, the Steelers, against the Jets that brought down the Twin Trumps or killed Donnie Darko, Donald's darkened right eye. So that's a Sunday. There's nothing on Saturday. It's a Friday night game and a Thursday night game. So it's Thursday. Friday, the event, it's Chiefs Chargers. That's the Lightning Bolt Chargers. Satan fell like lightning playing KC or 11-3 or 3-11, which is the date in 2020. And when they played the Phoenix Rising from the Ashes, we should look at that also. Super Bowl, February 9th, 2025. So the Super Bowl was Sunday, February 9th. So let's look at this real quick. February 9th, when the eagle rose from the fire. Fire colors are the Chiefs. Eagles represented the Phoenix. 6 months, 29 days, 210 days, 30 weeks, 210. 10-2, October 2nd, Donnie Darko. I don't know. We also have the LeBron date. We might as well look at that of February 7th. If you run that to the 5th, 2629, 134, 3, 9341, or a perfect 31 months. Yeah. Anyway, that's not the stuff I had prepped, but I wanted to show you all that. You got the Giants playing, they're at Washington, where the fallen angels, the Nephilim, at, well, Washington is that's his house, the White House. The Raiders, right eye utterly darkened, which represents the Antichrist. Well, he represents the Patriots. And that's who the Raiders are playing, the Patriots. Oof, right? I'm just finding it fascinating here, folks. And I can tell you, yeah, okay. So let's get on with what I'm looking at. And what I'm looking at, if you look at Trump to this, if we look at Donald Trump to this 9 to 5 date, it's 289, Mustang 289, representing the horses, 38 days. 38 is death and it's murder. It's 79 years, 2 months, 22 days. 79 is murder and simple gematria, 222. My friend told me 22 that his name comes to 222 in like two or three different ciphers. But we know 222 is their gigantic symbolism. That is the Adam's Rib Bible verse. We know the Adam's Rib Company in Gainesville, Florida, Devil's Advocate University. They came and got him, Keanu Reeves, out of Gainesville, Florida. They said, "Go Gators," doing shots at the beginning of the movie. And then it would be 289:40 on the rising day, 40 the biblical number. Then we come over to Thelema or Babylon working. Aleister Crowley, October 12th, 1875 or 187. Working 9 to 5, Babylon working. October 12th, 1875. October 12th. Let's just look at that real quick. I forgot to pull that up. And it's 54752. It is not an exact 37 progression. So 149 years, 10 months, 26 days. That's their 1026 code. Alistair's death, December 1st, 1947. Might as well look that up also. $284.05. But let's go ahead and before Trump was born, it was that March. Babylon working. And Babylon working. There it is, January to March 1946. So it culminated in March of 1946. 953 months. 79 years, 5 months. So you do have the 9 to 5. And now let's get into the 9 to 5 film, or is this the 9 to 5 song? The 9 to 5 song, believe it or not, November 3rd, the rising of One World Trade Tower. November 3rd, 1980. What are the chances of that? So the song To the Rising Day, 163.79. If you look at One World Trade Tower's opening, 10 years, 10 months, 4 days. If we look at the total solar eclipse, that was at the midpoint of the two total solars that made the X across America. You do get your iPad goat thumbnail of 1728. Even though when you click it, I mean 728, when you click it, it's actually 727, which if you include both dates, you do get your 1727 or your 727. Um, so the 9 to 5 film, December 19th, 1980. And that's when I told you it was the 1 6 or the 16,333 and the 2333 weeks. Okay. We're caught back up. So Marty's knocking down the Twin Pines. It's 838 months. 83 is murder, 38 is murder in the 4 base ciphers. Also, it's 6988.22% of a common year for when Marty knocked down the Twin Pines on 11/5, which November 5th is actually 9/5. November was once the ninth month. You look at that 6988.22. Well, remember my event on Groundhog Day on 2/2 of 2009? Do you remember how there's 332 days left in the year on 2009 on that Groundhog Day, and there's your 6988, but it had a 666 and then a 9 and then an 88, 88 for Trump, 666, of course. So it was 6988% 0.22 of a common year. There's your 6988 at the end of it, but 0.22, well, remember, 22 is the date of Groundhog Day. So that's like one of them, their sort of supernatural smash hits there. Trump again, 289.38. 38 is death, and 38 is murder in two different base ciphers. But Marty knocking down those Twin Pines, 6988.22% of a common year, and 838 in the months. These are direct missile shots, direct hits. Personal cipher is 1103 on the rising day of a death of a family member. When Sirius the dog star rose on August 12th, 2022, which is also the midpoint of two total solar and two total lunars, it's Kennedy's assassination date of 11/22. If we go to Lily, an iPad goat on 4/20 to our event day, it's that perfect 869 days. because how old is Big on that day? 289.38. 289.38 times his number, 163464. There's your 332. How many days that are left on Groundhog Day? Goodness gracious. Anyway, on both of them, they begin with the number 47, which is his presidential year. But man, I'm seeing all other kind of ciphers that would take forever to get into. So what was I looking for? The 869. That 869 number is, well, we know 86 to 86. Well, that's Lily's total solar. Let's just call it a day at that. Uh, I was looking for something else that showed me the 869. I can't remember what it was. The lotus that opened up, or the flower full moon that Lily's total solar delivered, that flower full moon. Let's put that to the rising day because that's what it represented. It's 2 years, 4 months, 2 days, 856 days, 122 weeks, 2 days. All right. Okay. Donnie Darko to our 9/7 date is 9/7 in the days. On the rising day, 9/5 in the days of the event day. But the 89 followed by the 97, 89 is in his Jewish gematria name as Donald Trump and Donald J. Trump. It's 589 and 1189. Donald Trump and Donald J. Trump in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. And it's 8997 or 8995, depending on death or rising day. So those are synchronicity styled smash hits. Um, I did want to look at the other total solars and total lunars. By the way, he and I's midpoint is Christmas Day, 1953, 26,187 on the 187 day. 71 years, 8 months, 11 days. 718 is the dark night. 811 is 88. It's 860 months. So there's your 86ing. 62848 in the hours. 62848 is Obama's birthday in the year 1964. He was born in 61. But 62848 is his birthday times the year 1964. I know that from a personal cipher, and I can't believe that's in there fused with 88. 6284888 is in the hours. That just, what a personal cipher. That is blowing my mind right now. Let's go to all of these eclipses where the midpoint, the two total lunars were 88 days in both directions. The two total solars were 251 days in both directions. That day when Sirius, the dog star, rose and was the midpoint of two total solars and two total lunars on August 12th, 2022, which is 222. Let's go look at all of these. First of all, when the paper airplane flew into my right eye, it's 1358 days. 135 is the 135th prime number is 761. The total verses in Daniel and Revelation combined, which is also my birthday. And remember, they showed the 135 license tag followed by the 761 license tag in the Dark Knight. We've shown you that many times on this channel. And it will be 1360 days. We know 36 is Adam in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. Um, but let's look at that total solar real quick. 1371. It'll be 1373 on the rising day. 195 weeks, 6 days. So 95 is in play there. It's 45 months in a day. 45 his number. When you go look at the year 2022, and I documented on this channel when my right eye was bleeding from hitting the gate. That's 1228 on the event day, 175 weeks. The midpoint of both events. All right, nothing that really sticks out at me too much. But let's get to the two total lunars. Well, we also had our mathematical anomaly on 311 in 2022. Okay, wanted to check that. 311 2020 is also big. So it would be 2004, then 2006 days. If you run it 313 to the event, it's 2002 days or 22 code. It's 286 in the weeks. So that starts to cook with a little grease. Let's go back to 2022 and now hit these total lunars of May 16th. And on the rising day, it is a direct hit. 121 Antichrist, or the death date of my son, 1210. So it's 1,210 days. It's 3 years, 3 months, 22 days, or 332, which is the amount of days left on Groundhog Day, non-leap years. Or it's 33 fused with 322. That is the total lunar eclipse of 5/16/2022 to the rising day. That is a smash hit. Go to the 8/11. Well, we'll do the 8/11 full moon, which was right before Sirius rose. All right, let's do the total lunar eclipse on 11/8. 1034. It's 33 months, 30 days. 333 once again. I'll tell you what else it is. If you include both dates as bookends, it's 133 code or 13.3, Revelation 13.3, deadly wound, but did live. First time deadly wound is mentioned in the book of Revelation. And on the deadly wound date, it is Revelation 13.3 where it's mentioned. It's 1,033 days if you include both dates. And we've already done the two total solars. The total solar of last year, it's 515 days, so it is a palindrome. The one that made the X across America in 2017, it's 2937. Let's go to his descent in 2015 when he went down the escalator. That represented his descent, his descending down the escalator on that Tuesday of 6/16, 2 days after his birthday. To his descent, it's 3734. It's 10 years, 2 months, 20 days, 122 months, 20 days. So you have 122 and 1222. But if you run his descent to the rising day and include both dates, you've got your 3737 days. 37, 73, gigantic numbers. Number 37 is the prime number for the church. That's awfully big, isn't it? All right. What else did I have pulled up? The total solar eclipse of 2001, which remember 2001 A Space Odyssey began with that total solar eclipse over the monolith. It's a perfect 8844 days, 8,844 days. This is to the rising day now. 88 is his name in simple gematria, and 44 represents the 404 verses of Revelation. So you have Trump revelation on the rising day because that is his crowning day. That is the total. I did a video one time on this channel of 6/21 of 2001 is the cipher. It's the cipher. It's the cipher. And there's your 8844 right there. That's 2001 times 6 times 21. 252, 126 times 8844. 222. 98th verse is the crowning verse. 222, 98, 02. The Twin Towers open 4473. If you run it to the event day, it's 19,147. 47 is his number, of course. 45, 47. When you run that to One World Trade Tower, let's see if they had a built-in cipher there for that. The opening of the Twin Towers and the opening of One World Trade Tower. It's 15188. $498 months and 30 days. Wow. 15,188. Let's do a midpoint on that. 7594. So the midpoint is January 18th, 1994. January 18th, 1994. That's the midpoint. Do you know on the to the rising day, it's 11,555 days. That's 11555. And you have 7 months and 20 days, which is the Dark Knight Rises date, 7/20. 31 years, 7 months, 20 days. To the rising day, that's the midpoint of the opening of the Twin Towers and One World Trade Tower. The midpoint date is January 18th, 1994. If you run that, the Trump's birthday, 17,385, 47 years, 7 months, 4 days. Include birth date, January 386. Whew, wow. People of the earth. That's a tremendous date. That midpoint. Midpoints matter. The Lord told us that because the midpoint of the total, there's the midpoint of the 2 total solar eclipses that made the X across America also had a midpoint. And again, I think I already checked that and it didn't show me much. Let's look at it one more time. 1214 was 1728 to the rising day. 4 years, 8 months, 24 days. Yeah, it was the length of IPEC goat, 727. We already looked at that. No Time to Die, the song was 1213, 2033 in the days. Got it. 66 months, 25 days. The release date of No Time to Die, October 8, 1430. Perfect. Remember, the 1430 is what you get when you multiply 2 times GOD, 7154, 14308. So it's 1430 right there. Whew. Wow, 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 wow. And Spectre was 2015. And I think on November 6th. Spectre, Wikipedia. Whoops. Whoops. There it is. Yeah, November 6th and October 26th. November 6th and October 26th. 993 1173. Let's go October 26th on it also. 9/11, 9 years, 10 months, 10 days, 9/11 coded to perfection. Ooh, 3,602 days. 602 is Revelation, Strong's Concordance. Perfect. Those are direct smash hits. Skyfall was 10/26/2012. "12 years, 10 months, 10 days," 121, easily coded. 4,697. 97 is the rising date. He said resurrection was his hobby. Their other dates were October 23rd. It's a perfect 4,700 days even. 121 fused with 13. Or excuse me, 121 fused with 113. And 11/9 was also their release date for Spectre. 4683 on the murder date. 68 is his name and Antichrist in the same cipher. So it's 468 fused with 83. 83 is murder. All right. And we wanted to look at Adele, Skyfall, Wikipedia. October 5th, 2012. There it is. 47, which is his number, fused with 718. 4,718 on the 8016 date. 718 remembers when The Dark Knight came out. If you run it to the rising day, there's your 4/7/20, or when The Dark Knight Rises came out. 12 years, 11 months, 2 days. So you have your 121 coded. Wow. 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 Writing on the Wall, September 25th. The song for Spectre. If you include both dates, 36 days, 3,636 days. Notice if you don't include both dates, though, it's to the rising date of writing on the wall, 9 years, 11 months, 13 days. So you have your 9/11 fused with 11/3. If you go to 2020 on 11/3, on 3/11, I mean, which is opposite 9/11, we already did that. That's right. What else? Batman came out on March 4th. 363, 183. Top Gun Maverick, I think it's a direct hit on the rising day when I looked at it. 1199. Look at that. 3 years, 3 months, 11 days, 311 coded. 39 months, 11 days, 911 coded. 119, which is the backwards 911, but it's really Donald. All of that's coded from Top Gun Maverick to the rising day. 1199. Whoops. 1199 divided by 37. No, it was a direct hit for a different one. Let's go to the event. One World Trade Towers opening is a direct hit on the event day. Tom Hanks 201 typewriter tweet. The Undoing release date, which was a series. Barbenheimer on 7/21/23 is a direct hit. Quantum Leap, It's a Wonderful Leap air date. Knives Out and the Death of Soleimani. There's that total solar of June 21st, 2001. Total solar June 21st, 2021. Hang on just a quick second. Hang on just a quick second. Okay, we told you it was 8844 on the rising day, that total solar, but 8842, the day of the event. Well, hang on a second. Oh, it's the day after the event. Yes. And it's 239th progression. If you include both dates, it's a direct hit. Um, Mustang car release, again, the 289. Some other notables, Donnie Darko's director's cut, if you include both dates, Seattle release date. Um, to the rising day, Elon Musk's birthday, Christopher Nolan's birthday, Heath Ledger's fake death, um, the number 23 release date, Trump posing with Bible, Nope premiere date, because that trailer had a white horse, red horse, black horse in the movie Nope trailer. Vince Lombardi's birthday, the Lombardi Trophy, Skyfall United Kingdom release date on the 26th, Elvis's birthday, 1/18, 1935. We just got through doing the January 18th date. I think that's the midpoint, wasn't it? And very fitting that midpoint. Let's run that one more time. That midpoint of 4/4. $15,188, 75.94. Yep. Elvis's birthday. Elvis Presley birthday. And that's going to be January 18th. I think it was 1933. Why does it say January 8th, 1935? January 8th, 1935. My fault. Let's see if that's still a hit. Hang on. Yeah, I just keyed it in wrong. So Elvis's birthday to the rising day is a perfect 895 progressions. 89 again is in Trump's number in Jewish gematria twice. Donald Trump and Donald J. Trump, 589 and 1189. 95, it's fused with 95, which is the 86ing date. But so look at Elvis's birth to the rising day, 33,115. So you have your 33, you have 311, you have your 11.5. It's 187 months, 1,087 months. 187's in the months. 79 begins the hour, 79 is murder. So Elvis's birthday is all over the place here. Elvis's death, August 16th, 1977. August 16th, 1977. That was the full moon that the total solar gave us in 2008. It's a date, by the way. So to the rising day, there's your perfect 17554. Remember, Revelation 17:5 is Mystery Babylon, all capitalized. Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of all harlots, each word is capitalized. So if we were to, it's 48 years, 22 days also. So Elvis's birth to death, did they code that in there? Because more than likely a fake death. 15561 days, 4278, 5118, 222, 3 weeks. Nothing too heavy there for us. What else goes with it? The Challenger NASA Day to the rising day, Ken Miles, death. Remember, Christian Bale, Ford versus Ferrari, played Ken Miles. Christian Bale doesn't do anything in any movie by accident. And the JFK assassination date to the rising day. And remember, we had that coded 11/22. I can't remember what that was coded in, but we can take a look at it real quick. See if it jogs a memory. What was it? 11/22 days? Or was 11/22 in the date? Oh, yeah, the date of the Sirius the Dog Star Rose fused with the midpoint of two total solars and two total lunar eclipses, August 12th, 2022. That's to our rising day. And we just got through saying that, what? Yeah, the JFK assassination date also is to that rising day. So that's why they had JFK's assassination. If this ends up being the date, that's why they had JFK's assassination on 11/22, because it's 11/22 days from the total midpoint of two total solars, two total lunars, and Sirius the Dog Star rising. Nobody documented that except us here on these three channels. Nobody documented that it was the midpoint of two total solars, two total lunars on the same day Sirius the Dog Star rose. If you include both dates, then you get your Saturday Night Fever, Spin City Back to the Future, Avengers Endgame, Darius Thomas death, Robert Trump death, Highlander, USA release date, Trump escalator descent, The Killing Moon, song, Trump came out to The Undertaker, King Kong, Trade Center, X Cross America, Total Solar 4/8. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get on with it. That's just mind-blowingly fascinating to me, though. Absolutely. All right. This is video one in a series. Good Lord willing. Love y'all.